Hey guys, so next one is the bumper for the rear for the HD11. So 715-009-158. So let's open this puppy up. Let's see. I'm surprised to see it in a small box like this. I thought it would have been like a big one-piece assembly. I hope this only the right one. There's no waste of the tape, I know. So I guess it does come in two sections. So that's one side. Alright, so I guess we're gonna, well, they even put rivets with Can-Am imprinted in the bumper. That's nice. Foot grip, not to slip. Wonder where we're gonna hook these up. Supposedly you have to take the heat sink off, the heat shield off. Oh, actually, I don't think. Oh. Couple of holes behind those wire. Figure that's where it's gonna go, but take the other one out, check it out. There's the other section, some hardware. Here's another sticker. Alright, so gonna be two screws to screw them in together. And on this side they got a warning sticker with a little sticker, whatever, over it to protect the warning sticker. To install this puppy, actually, let's see what the hardware is in here. It's not too complicated. So, two tempered washers with like rolled in like you put on a bar, and four long ones and two short ones, and two inserts like this. So I guess you're gonna throw those in the, and then two little rivets and one tie wrap and this thing. That's it, that's all. So let's get this show started. We'll see you in a second. So they tell you to take off the heat shields underneath and all that and everything, and to tell you to put the bumper together and screw it in together, bolt it in right here. And they tell you that you have to take the heat shield off from underneath. Check this out. Right here is where it's gonna screw right in. So you put two bolts right here, right? And there's plenty of room to put a wrench back there and to screw it in from this side. So why the hell am I gonna take this whole heat shield off? And if it's not because this is gonna touch, because if you look at the bumper, take a look here. Look how fast it drops down. So there's no way it's gonna touch a heat shield that's right here in front here, right? So, and the way I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna bolt one in loosely, and I'm just gonna come in here and put the other one in and then push it upwards and slap the screws in there. And we'll see if it works. If it works, well, you guys are gonna save, the whole job is gonna be 10 minutes instead of whatever. So I'm gonna put that in. Give me a second here. And then, yeah, actually, I'll see if I can do it sitting down. There we go. We'll simplify this. Sitting down in the lawn chair. All by myself. All right, put the the bolts on the tire. Bring it up here. That's where it goes. 2 people would be amazing. One guy holds it in place. One guy still sets a bolt in there. Oops, missed it. All right, so I got it. Oh. All right, that one went through, and this one went through. So that's it. So I'm just gonna pull them back a little bit so they're sitting on the edge. Get a wrench in there with the nut at the end and start threading it. But for now, I want to keep it loose so I can wiggle it and get the other side in. So the other side, you need a pair of cutters because they do have in the center hole on this side. Take a look here, right here, right here. They got this in the way, so they give you a brand new one of this if you break it. There we go. So I'm just yanking it out of the way. And in the other bumper on the other side where it drops down, there's a hole that they made. So we're just gonna push this back into the hole. And if that tie wrap doesn't line up with the hole, we'll just cut that one and put the one they gave us in the kit. So grab 2 other bolts, grab the other section. Now this is where I'm hoping that when you slide it in, that it just turns. Seems to be round, so you can line it up any way you want. So, can't believe I'm installing a bumper sitting down in a lawn chair all alone. Okay. There we go. There we go. So obviously, this has got to slide on to here. So already there, it's helping that I only got half the weight of it. Okay. So now, grab another bolt. Get this tie wrap out of the way. There we go. And as you can see, the other one. All right, so now I just gotta wiggle them to cross over to the other side. And that should be a daze. Well, this one went straight through. Okay, so that was easy for that one. Now the back one. Oh, there we go. Already through. You don't want to go too far because you want to be able to put the nut on there. So this here, even after you put it on, putting the 2 bolts on here shouldn't be a problem. I hope not. We'll see. I'll have to get down there with the flashlight, see if the 2 holes with the 2 things line up. Yeah, they line up. So, I don't know if you can see that, but then you grab these 2 bolts and washers. And this is the bent side. They slap that in there. And just start by hand. Line it up so it doesn't cross thread. And this is just going to, the round part's going to sit on the round edge. And then tighten away. So basically just putting 1 tie wrap. So if you're alone, you don't want a heavy bumper on you. Doing 2 sections. And here You can grab a ratchet or impact or anything from the back. There's absolutely nothing in your way. So if you're thinking this is going to be a hard part to screw in after, forget about it. So anyways, I'll stop fidgeting with those ones, and I'll see. This is a 13 mil for the 4 nuts in the back, and a T30 for the big bolt that goes through. So let's see if I can do it from behind here. And there's even a spot to put your drill down on now. Actually, I thought the bumper was going to stick out more than this, but I kind of like it. In a trailer or a tight area, your trailer's going to, your side-by-side's not going to have a big bumper sticking out like crazy. Okay, so it's going to have to go in here and feel it. Actually, the other way, because then I'm going to bend into. So I'll start with the one that's furthest to the back. Okay, I'm hitting on it. So what I'm doing is I'm using the wrench and I'm sliding it onto the steel plate inside. Okay, so oops. I'm going to use my knee to raise it up to loosen. I can't even, don't even know where they're at. Okay, right here. Okay, still too much in. Oops. Alright, so yeah, the hell with the wrench. We're gonna start them by hand inside. There's actually, let me see if there's enough room. Okay, might not be enough room. Alright guys, so did not remove the heat shield, bolted them all in. I don't know if you can, I'll turn some light on to show you guys underneath here. If you can see where the nuts are. And it's just beside the shield. What I did was I cheated a little bit. As you can see, the shield is bent a little bit. That's from factory. All I did was just pull on it slightly, give myself like a 1/4 inch more or whatever. Just a little bit more, and then you just push it back in like that after. No problem. So you just pull it out, and you can push it back in. It's a little flexible. Don't go crazy. So all I've got left to do is tighten these things on there, and we're done. Oops. Oh no, the tie wrap on the other side. Yeah, so then we're done. But it's if you got a girlfriend and she's got tiny hands and she wants to go start the nut on for you on the back, very, very, very good idea to do. If you're a guy with huge hands, might want to take the heat shield off, because it took me, I don't know, 5-7 minutes to get bolt nuts on it. Once you get the one on, you know the trick how to do it. It's pretty easy. And yeah. What the hell just happened there? Don't over tighten these things. I actually broke the washer that goes in the back in half with a curve. Yeah, that's special. So what do? Screw the whole thing in, if it'll take it all the way in. So anyways, yeah. So these washers that are in a bin, garbage, and the hole's so small back there, I'll literally take the other one off, because I know if I put it tight, I'm gonna snap it in half. And I was paying attention that I was keeping it in the middle, but the washer's so thin in the middle that if you're putting these on, don't think you're gonna put them on tight, because it's It didn't like, and look at the 1/4 inch ratchet there, and sitting in a chair and with my left hand, and I'm right-handed. So yeah, I don't know. Be careful when you tighten them, take your time. I thought I had stripped them. So literally I'm taking them both off, and the hole is so tiny where it fits in that you don't need a washer back there. So I also removed the reflectors. There goes my leg. I removed the reflectors off because I didn't want to have like if you put your foot on here, you're gonna kick it or whatever. Anyway, I found that they look plastic, and now it looks a little like a pickup truck, so don't need fake reflectors on the back when we got tail lights now. So anyways, I'll cut this video short. Just gonna put the tie wrap on the other side, and then we're done. We'll take a look at it and a walk around right after. So see you in a second. If you're watching this, you watched to the end. So like I told you, there's a hole in the bumper. Instead of using the hole that was back here to put the tie wrap in there, so stick that in there first. There we go. And then slap the tie wrap around. Come on. There we go. Put it back exactly in its place. There we go. And cut the accent. So take a look at this. I took off the sticker in the corner here because it didn't look nice having a warning sticker. And all it said was, never use this bumper to pull anything or tie anything on this bumper to pull to use the hitch. And it's got the nice Can-Am with the Rivet emblem. And this, it's solid enough to use for a step. So, and your feet don't slide at all. Those grips there, they're like grips on a sled, snow machine. So, yeah, pretty solid. And tailgate doesn't touch at all. We got plenty of clearance, and even if you sit on it, it won't touch. So that's nice. And obviously it's mounted to the box, so lifting the box shouldn't do anything because it's mounted to the box, right? So let's see what it does. But it's almost touching. So if you go 32s, I think I might put a so keep in mind that this bumper here with 32s or 35s, and you want to dump, sorry, bumper's gonna hit. So I don't know if when I saw it like in the videos, it was further back than this. And there's only the 2 holes there, and there's no other hole. So, like, I'm sure if you back it away, like drill an extra hole, that you could back it. Like if you want to go bigger tires. I got my 32s, but when I go play in the mud, I'm not dumping anything, so I'm not going to worry about that. But now I got to know that if you keep your 32s on there, it's going to hit in the corner. So if you watch to the end, you know that that bumper will hit on 32s. I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Next one's going to be, I think, the hood light, the smart LED light on the hood. So we'll see you soon. Bye for now.